Welcome to our morning yoga class. If you have like a pillow or a book or something to help you prop yourself up, bring it over, place it by you, and then we'll get started. So today's practice, we'll start in a seated position, easy seat. So you place a block or a bolster underneath your hips to elevate your hips. Open up your knees a little bit. Try to bring your heels in line. Try to line up your heels underneath your gaze, if it's available to you. And then rest the hands softly either on the knees or clasp your fingers together in front of you. Remain somewhat straight and erect in the back. Lift up the crown, set the gaze passive, neutral, either 5 feet in front of you or forward. And then softly lower the eyelids. Try not to close them all the way, just lower the eyelids and soften the eyes. Take a deep breath through the nose. And sigh it out. One more breath in. And sigh it out. And take a couple of seconds here to yourself. Loosen up, adjust, nestle in, shift around, get really comfy here. This is the time to make this really comfortable for yourself. And then begin to draw your attention or bring your attention inwards towards yourself, towards your heart space, towards your breathing, and towards the now. Begin to soften the body. Soften the head, the face, the shoulders, the elbows and the palms, the belly and the hips, the thighs, the feet, and the toes. And begin to take a couple of deep breaths here. Go at your own pace and go at your own breath. Deep inhale in, maybe pause at the top, and then exhale out. Find that rhythm, that flow of air in and out, unique to your own breath and to your own body. And stay with that rhythm for a couple of breaths. Keep that flow of air in and out, and keep that rhythm, that balance of the exhale and the inhale. Couple more breaths here as we deepen the inhale and we deepen the exhale. And then bring the palms together close to the heart. Thumbs touching the chest. Tuck the chin slightly in. Give a slight bow in the head and the neck. Take a deep breath through the nose. Open up the mouth and sigh it all out. One more time, deep breath in. Open up the mouth and sigh it out. And release the hands off to the side. Remove any support you have underneath you. We're going to go ahead and start moving now. Now place your hands in front of you. Come onto your hands and knees, your neutral spine, your tabletop position. Readjust your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees, directly underneath your hips. Open up the knees hip width apart. Take the left leg all the way out, extend it parallel to the mat, lift it up a little bit higher, heel pointing out, toes pointing down. Notice your left hip, bring it in line with the right, which means lowering the left hip to the ground a little bit, lifting the right hip upwards. Leg is fully engaged. Draw the core inside the body as you press the mat down from you, lifting the shoulder blades up. Keep the gaze down towards the hands, the thumbs, your neck's in line with the spine. On the next breath, we're going to reach forward with the right hand. As you reach, shift around and find your balance. Make some micro adjustments you need to make. Take the hand out, open the foot, do whatever you need to do. Keep the breathing, keep the inhale and the exhale. Maybe bend the knee, reach back. See if you can clasp that foot with the hand. Take the heel to the sky, bend the knee, and then reach back with the right hand and see if you can clasp the left foot. If you have it, kick the heel a little bit higher, lift up, set the gaze over the right shoulder if it's available to you, and then release, come back down to the mat. Left foot, left knee on the mat, right hand on the mat. Reset, readjust, move around, and then kick the right leg out, parallel to the mat, right heel kicking out, right toes pointing down. Leg fully elongated, straight leg. Lower the right hip just a little bit. Keep the hips in line as you draw the core inside the body. Press your hands into the mat, set the gaze neutral, neck in line with the spine, and then prepare to reach forward with the left hand. As you do so, make some movements, adjust. Keep that balance with the fingers, the feet, the knees, and everything. Keep everything engaged and connected to the mat. Draw the core inside the body as you bend the right knee, reach the heel to the sky, reach back with the left hand and see if you can grab your foot. If you do, kick up the foot a little bit higher, opening up in the hips and the groin. See if you can set the gaze over the left shoulder. One more breath here. Release, hand to the mat, knee to the mat, readjust your posture. Let's take a couple of cat-cows here. Inhale, look forward, drop the belly, arch the back. Exhale, tuck the chin in, lift up, bring the pelvis in, belly button in, heart rises. Inhale, look forward, and go back and forth here. Use your cat-cow movements. Use your breathing with the cat-cow. And then find your breath in and find your breath out. This is unique to your own body, to your own movements. And let's start adding some movements to it. Bend the elbow, bend the knee, twist and turn. Make some adjustments here, find some places, explore your body, see what feels good and see what doesn't. Couple more breaths here. And prepare to make your way back towards your neutral spine, your neutral back, your tabletop position. Tuck your feet underneath you as you lift the knees off the mat, come all the way up to your down dog. Press the heels in, walk your heels in place, bend the right knee, bend the left knee, make some adjustments here, make this feel really comfy for you. Wag the hips, shake the hips left and right, spread the fingertips on the mat. Find some movements here to establish our first upside down posture, our first down dog. Let's take 3 long breaths here in this stillness. Open up the hands, open up the feet, feet pointing forward. Lift up the hips a little bit higher as you draw the core inside the body. Lengthening from the spine, press the mat down and away from you. One more breath here. On the exhale, bend the knees, walk to the front, forward fold. Inhale halfway, lengthen the spine, slide the hands up. Exhale, fold down. On the inhale, soften the knees, rise all the way up. Reach up and high with the hands. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastiti, pause and feel. Release the hands off to the side. We're going to do this one more time, this flow. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway, lengthening the spine. On the exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, come back to your plank, find your plank position. Open up the feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, lean forward, bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep the elbows in, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Tuck the feet, lift the hips, come all the way up. 3 breaths in stillness, down dog. Open up the hands, open up the feet, the hip width, shoulder width apart. Draw the core in, press the mat down and away. Go through that checklist to establish your posture. One more breath here. Soften the knees, come up to the front, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold forward. On the inhale, rise, reach up and high. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands off to the side. On the next inhale, reach up and high, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Come back to your plank, take your feet back. Take 1 breath in plank. Exhale, lean forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog or cobra, come down. And then lift up the hips, roll over the feet, come into your down dog. 5 breaths in down dog. Establish your posture, feet pointing forward, feet hip width apart. Fingertips spread on the mat. Press the mat down and away, lengthening from the spine. Lift the hips as much as you can. Draw the core inside the body, let go of the head. Couple more breaths here. One more breath. On the inhale, right leg goes all the way up. And pause for a second. Kick the heel out, point the toes down. Bring the right hip in line with the left. Make sure your hips are in line. Press the mat down and away. Torso towards the body. Lift up the foot a little bit higher. One more breath here. Exhale, swing the foot underneath you. Place the foot in between the hands. Keep the back heel up. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Take the hands to the sky. As you do so, you can adjust your body. Back heel all the way up, back toes pointing forward. Front knee above the ankle, front foot pointing forward. Draw the core inside the body, right hip back, left hip forward. Reach up and high with the hands, one more breath. Exhale, frame the front foot, take the front foot to the back, find your plank. Lean forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog or cobra. Roll over the feet, lift the hips up, come into your down dog. One breath in down dog. On the next inhale, left leg goes all the way up and stays up. Neutralize the hips, bring the left hip in line with the right. Left heel out, left toes pointing down. Press the mat down and away, keep that length in the spine. Draw the core inside the body, one more breath here. On the exhale, swing the foot underneath you, place it in between the hands, keeping the back heel up, keeping the back leg elongated. Inhale, rise, come up. Take the hands to the sky. Front knee remains above the front ankle, the front toes are pointing forward. Back leg is strong. Back heel all the way up. Hips are in line, left hip forward, right hip forward, left hip back. Lift up with the breath, open up the shoulders, exhale, fold forward. Take the front foot to the back and drop your knees, and let's take a child's pose here. Either open or close the knees, come into your child's pose. Soften the body, take a couple of breaths, reset, connect back to yourself, connect back to your breath. Nothing to do here but to soften. One more breath here. On the next inhale, come back up to your hands and knees. Tuck your feet underneath you, come into your down dog, resetting the spine, resetting the posture. Press the mat down and away, find that length in the spine. Lift the hips up, toes pointing forward, draw the core in. One more breath here. Soften the knees and come into the front to your forward fold. Stay in forward fold for a second, walk your heels in place, bend the knees. Right heel up, left heel up, find some movement and some release here in the fold. Bend your knees as much as you can, get your chest to connect to your thighs. Grab either your big toes with the peace fingers or place your hands underneath your heels from the back. Bend the knees as much as you can, get that connection from the chest to the thigh, and then slowly start elongating the knees, lengthening, keeping the chest glued or connected to your thighs. Release the head, let go of the neck. Your gaze should be in between your heels or your calves. Pavahastasana. One more breath here. Release the heels and come into your normal forward fold. Walk your heels in place, find some release in the hips. Inhale halfway, lengthening the spine, slide the hands up, shoulders back, gaze down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach up with the hands. Exhale, hands to heart, samastiti, pause, notice, and feel. Release the hands off to the side. On the next inhale, take the hands up, reach up and high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, plank. Take your feet back towards the plank position. On the exhale, lean forward, Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, tuck the feet, lift the hips up. One breath in down dog. Inhale, right leg goes up. Swing it underneath you, place it in between the hands, drop the back foot 45 degrees. Inhale, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Set yourself up. Find the posture, get into the posture first, then we can start making some adjustments. Back heel might have to move out a little bit to bring your hips in line. Left hip forward, right hip back. Front knee above the ankle, front toes pointing forward. Front thigh is engaged and active. Back leg is strong. Press the back pinky into the mat. Draw the core inside the body, lengthening from the spine. The crown lifts up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back. Press the knuckles down, take the shoulders away from the ears. Keep that crown lifted and elongated. Keep that length in the spine. Maybe a small back bend here. One more breath. On the exhale, fold forward, humble warrior. Keep your hands bounded behind you. If it's available, reach the hands a little bit higher to bring them in line with the head. If not, keep your hands resting on your lower back. Keep the breathing. Release the hands to the mat. Turn the right toes forward. Come into a wide angle stance. Open up your feet as much as you like to make this feel really comfortable for you. Come into your tippy toes first, lengthening the spine. Keep the gaze down. You can press the heels into the mat, flatten the feet on the mat. Come into your fingertips. One more breath here. On the exhale, find your fold. Come down. Soften the body, soften the hips, soften the back, soften the shoulders, soften everything as I come into this version, your version of a forward fold. Where your head is very unique to your body. One more breath here. On the inhale, come back up to your hands. Reset the spine for a second, flatten the back, set the gaze down. Walk your hands towards your left side of the body. See if you can grasp your left foot with the right hand. See if you can take your right hand to the sky. Left hand. The mirroring got me for a second. We're good. One more breath here. Release the hands back to the mat as you walk towards your right side of the body, clasping your right foot with the left hand, reaching with the right hand to the sky. And then come back down to the mat. Bring the hands underneath your gaze. Reset the spine, reset the gaze, flatten the back. Turn your left foot forward. Come into your, lift up the back heel, come into your warrior 2. Bend the front knee, sink it in. And then rise up, warrior 1. Oh, sorry, warrior 1. Back foot 45 degree, front for hips are in line. Right hip in line with the left. Did we do this side already?
No.
Okay, good. Front knee above the front ankle, front toes are pointing forward. Draw the core inside the body, lengthening from the crown, lengthening from the hands. Keep the breathing. Press the back pinky into the mat. Your back leg is fully elongated, front thigh is active. Front toes pointing forward. One more breath here. Clasp the hands behind your back, fingers together. Press the knuckles into the ground, shoulders away from the ears, lengthening from the crown. Keep that bend in the front knee, maybe a small back bend here. Keep the breathing. This counters you're hunching over your phone, your computer. One more breath here. On the exhale, fold forward. Avoid that front thigh, humble warrior. Options are to keep the hands where they are or lift the hands a little bit higher, bringing in line with the head. Keep the breathing. Make some adjustments if you need to keep your balance. One more breath here. Release the hands to the mat. Turn the left toes forward. Come back into your wide angle stance. Come into your fingertips first, lengthening the spine. Set the gaze down. Your neck is in line with the spine. Draw the core inside the body. Place your right hand directly underneath your gaze. Point your right fingertips towards your left toes. On the next inhale, take the left hand to the sky. Open up and twist at the same time. This is a spinal twist and a shoulder extension and shoulder opening. Reach up and high with the hand. Try to get your left hand to be directly in line with the right hand. Back is somewhat flat. The toes are pigeon-toed slightly inwards because we tend to open up in these postures. One more breath here. Exhale, come back down. Replace the right hand with the left hand. Point the left fingertips to the right toes. Inhale, right hand goes up. Find that twist in the spine and find that length in the hands. Try to get your hands to be in line. Engage, keep everything engaged. You have all your body active. And then release, soften the eyes, pause, and feel. Now, we're going to come our way down to the mat, but we're going to tuck the chin to the chest first, find that connection, and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time until you're all the way down onto the mat. Take your time coming down, move slowly and carefully. Come into your tippy toes, and see if you can turn forward a little bit, please. Yeah. Take the left foot out, take the right foot out, come into your squat. Find that distance you need to adjust, open up the feet, and then find your squat position. Bring your hands on the inside of the knees, pressing the knees out, palms together, bring the thumbs close to the heart. Try to find length in the spine, length in the crown. Pause here for a second. Keep that breathing, draw the core inside the body. And then drop the hands to the mat. And then find a forward fold. Lift up on your tippy toes. Lift the heels up. Bring the heels together. And then see if you can fold your body forward, walking the hands to the front. On the next inhale, walk your hands towards your body. Drop your heels, drop your tush to the mat. Keep your feet together. And flop the knees over to the side, Baddha Konasana, butterfly. That distance from the feet to the groin can vary. And then soften the body and fall forward. Find a passive forward fold. Try not to pull or push yourself down. Just let your body come down. Be passive and be soft. On the next inhale, walk your hands up. Keep your right foot where it is. Take your left foot out, off to the left side. Frame your body towards your left foot. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Janu Shirshasana, fold in on the left leg. Soften the body, relax, and then come into this posture. Scan your body, make sure everything's soft, everything's loose, as you softly come down on the left leg. One more breath here. On the next inhale, walk your hands up. Come out of this. Now, bend the left knee, lift the left knee up just a little bit. Keep your heel out. Yeah. Lift up the knee just a little bit. Take the left hand and reach forward with the left hand. Turn your thumb outwards, your palm pointing away from you on the left side. Reach forward, keep that the left knee bent a little bit, so lift up your knee just a little bit, grab your foot on the side, okay? And now slowly start kicking the left foot out, pressing the knee into the mat. Take the right hand to the sky, reach up and high, pause here for a second. Your left elbow is pressing against your left knee, You're opening from the shoulders and from the ribs. If it's available to you, lower the right hand over the head, reach forward with the right hand. One more breath here. And release. Come back up. Bring the left foot in, take the right foot out. Open up the right leg off to the right side. Turn around, frame your body towards your right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in on your right side. Janu Shirshasana, right side. Soften the body, the hips, the shoulders. Try not to pull or push yourself down. Just relax here. Scan your body real quick. Make sure everything's soft, everything's loose. On the next inhale, walk your hands up and lift up the torso. Bend the right knee slightly. Slide your heel inwards just a little bit. Take your right hand, reach forward towards your foot. Turn your palm away from you on the right side, turning the right thumb down towards you. Grab the foot wherever you can. Keep the right knee up just a little bit. Once you have that connection, once you have the outside of the right elbow connecting to the inside of the right calf or the knee, reach the left hand to the sky, open up, and then fold in towards the right side. Reach forward with the right hand, with the left hand, or reach up with the left hand. Either way. Same time, kick the right heel out. Try to keep that connection with the foot, with the hand. Use that torque, the right hand to right elbow, to twist your spine over towards the left side. One more breath here. And then come back up. Release and come up. Take both feet out, heels together, toes together. Move around your feet, get some flexing, get some movements here. And then we'll get into Paschimottanasana, passive forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold down. Nothing to do, no pushing, no pulling, just a passive forward fold. On the next inhale, walk your hands in, lift up the torso, come all the way down to your back, keep walking all the way, lay flat on your back for a couple seconds. Nothing to do here, soften up, let it go. Bend the knees, take the feet to the mat. As you take your right knee over the left knee, shift your hips slightly to the right as you lower the knees down to the left side of the body. At the same time, reach out with the left hand and reach out with the right hand. Set the gaze softly over the right side. Try to keep your shoulders grounded, connected to the mat. Your upper body is connected to the mat. Maybe take your left hand, left palm, press gently on the outside of the right knee to give yourself a little bit of sensation in the hips here. And enjoy this moment. Take a couple of seconds. Soften the breath, soften the body, and maybe soften the mind. One more breath here. Release the foot, bring the knees up, unbind, and shake it off. Open up your feet about mat width apart as you take your knees all the way to the left and all the way to the right. And then take the left knee over the right knee, stack your knees top of each other. Hips slightly to the left as the knees come down towards the right side of the body. Reach out with the right hand, reach out with the left hand. Keep that length, that elongation in the hands. Keep your shoulders grounded to the mat. Keep your upper body grounded to the mat. Your shoulders connected to the ground. Set your gaze softly over to the left side of the body. Maybe take the right hand, press gently on the outside of the left knee. Give yourself a little bit of sensation in the hips, the thighs, and the groin. Release the knee. Bring the knees back up. Unbind your legs, open up your feet mat width apart, and windshield the knees left and right one more time. Bring the knees in for a hug. Clasp your hands around your knee, your thigh, your shin, whatever you can. Maybe lift up the forehead and the nose to meet the knees, get into a nice squinchy ball. Release the knees. As you take the heels to the sky, keep your hips on the mat. Just extend your legs all the way out into this version of an inversion. If you want, you can start flexing or pointing your toes, move around, find some movements in the feet. And then bend the knees, bring them in for another hug. Wrap around, lift up the nose and the forehead. Get really tight here and squeeze really good. And then release your knees, grab the insides of the feet towards the arch of the feet. Take your toes out to the side, press your knees into the mat, get into your happy baby, or your version of the happy baby. Slide, shift around, wobble left and right. Find some movements here and some release. Any kind of movement, any kind of stretching you need to take here before we release and finish our practice. Go ahead and take it. When you're done, just take your feet off to the mat. Extend your legs all the way out. Let the toes flop off to the side. Place your hands on the ground by your side. Again, turn your palms to the sky. And begin to soften the body. Begin to scan yourself mentally from the forehead all the way down to your toes. And notice how you feel. Notice how your body feels. Notice every stop. Take your time and soften on your way down. Soften the breath and soften the mind. And as always, allow yourself to experience the place you call here and now.